In 1942, Kayo Erwin was 17 years old. He had an older brother in World War II. Kayo joined the Navy to go find his brother.
Tonight in The Price of Freedom, Josh Rowe has Kayo Erwin's story. Josh.
Kim, Calvin, Lewis Kayo Erwin didn't see his brother until he came home from the war, but he saw a lot of things in the war, including an important secret mission that helped end the war and the worst disaster in U.S. naval history. This segment is sponsored by Food City.
Mayors, governors.
The big room in Kayo Erwin's house is filled with books, photos, and letters, all reminders of the summer of 1945.
And this ship was commissioned in 1932.
The USS Indianapolis saw a lot of war in the South Pacific.
I was at Tarawa, the Marshalls, the Marianas, the Gilberts, Saipan, Tinian, Guam, Iwo Jima, Okinawa hit with a suicide plane, killed 9 men and wounded 38.
It was sent back to California, repaired, and sent out on a top-secret mission.
That's when we took the component parts of the atomic bomb on and carried them to Tinian and dropped them off there.
The sailors on board didn't know what their cargo was at the time, but those components were assembled, and that was the bomb dropped on Hiroshima in World War II. With that part of the mission complete, the USS Indianapolis was on the way to Okinawa just after midnight, July 30th, 1945. 2 torpedoes hit the USS Indianapolis.
The torpedoes hit up here. Powder room is back down here blowing. The second torpedoes hit back here.
Within minutes, it was sunk.
I run down the side and I dove in and swam as far as I could to get away from the ship, keeping me, pulling me down. And all I could see is just the last tail end of the ship going down.
There were just under 1,200 men on board the ship. 900 sailors and Marines survived the attack. They were floating at sea, only with a life jacket on their back.
That sun would eat you up. Hot in the daytime, cold at night. You'd pray for. If it's night, you'd pray for day to get warm. If it's daytime, you'd pray for night for it to get some cool.
They hooked their life jackets together and floated in big groups. For several days, the Navy didn't know they were missing.
Well, you prayed a lot, and you tried to watch everything you do, and sharks would get so close to you, you'd pull up your legs just as far as you could and hold them up out there, keep them sharp from getting your legs, and just be just as quiet as you could get. First time we started scaring them off splashing water, we found out it's the wrong thing to do. They thought it was fish and it attracts sharks, so we didn't do that no more.
Kayo Erwin and the rest of the survivors spent 4 days and 5 nights in the shark-infested waters. Of the 900 who survived the sinking of the ship, only 317 made it home. They were spotted in the water and the rescue started on August 2nd. Mr. Erwin says the sharks killed most of those men.
Just losing their mind. And they'd go so far, and sometimes you see them just take off the life jacket, and then you wouldn't see them no more. And then you'd hear, if it's getting about dusk dark or something, you hear screaming after a while, and then you knew a shark at them.
Kayo Erwin eventually made it home to Chattanooga, and in 1960, the survivors started having reunions in Indianapolis. He says he's only missed one.
You go over there, you lose a lot of men and everything, and there's no good in war.
Mr. Erwin is one of 22 survivors of the sinking of the USS Indianapolis who are still living.